Just a moment, did anyone watch the video? If you haven't, you should grab some popcorn. What started as a birthday celebration quickly turned into a heated confrontation. Remy Shields and Claressa found themselves in the middle of what witnesses are describing as the most intense club altercation of the year. Remy, a Bronx rapper who became a tabloid sensation, was involved in what became one of the most talked about celebrity disagreements of the year, and it was evident everywhere. 2 appearances by Claressa, and the main act now hosting reality TV is a former Olympic gold medalist. What could possibly go wrong? Given how many camera phones were pointed at them, how did these 2 end up fighting over the same man in the same room on the same night? Or was it just a coincidence? Was this outburst a one-time incident, or the result of months of underlying tension and unresolved disputes? The situation took a surprising turn when Papoose was simply standing there. But why? These 2 women collided while holding a red velvet cupcake. Absolutely, get ready for next week, as the drama intensifies in West Virginia, with hair dragging and high heels involved. The outrageous footage and receipts are shaping up to be more entertaining than any courtroom drama. You won't want to miss the exposure that's coming. Things were already messy from the start, but no one, not a single person, anticipated Remy showing up. However, Remy had been giving side-eye energy from the moment Claressa Shields entered the scene. Shields, known for her boxing prowess, was circling Papoose, a cinematic titan of sorts. Tensions erupted when Claressa and Remy started to throw hands while attending a VIP event that included influencers, film crews, and lots of camera phones. There was also a dessert table, just to add some irony to the madness. Memories of past Grammy nominations and a former inmate turned loving mother turned rap enthusiast made it even more chaotic. Claressa got into a heated argument with a motivational speaker at what was supposed to be a casual private party for Papoose's latest business venture. Let's rewind for a moment. In the past, Papoose and Remy were hip-hop musicians. BRAWL and royalty had built a romance through studio sessions, conjugal visits, and a few freestyle sessions, but things were beginning to fall apart. Once Claressa entered the picture, things took a dramatic turn. The first sign of trouble came when Papoose shared an impromptu photo of himself with Claressa, looking close. After that, rumors swirled, and it wasn't long before Claressa and Papoose became engaged. At first, Remy tried to stay calm, even reposting some of Claressa's posts, sometimes with fire emojis, but experts suggest it was all just a facade. Insiders revealed that Remy had already been working on a few covert projects. She even hired a private investigator in December after noticing Papoose's overly enthusiastic smiles during group conversations. When asked, Papoose claimed that Claressa was just a friend who helped him stay fit. But that explanation didn't fully add up, especially with the private gym sessions, a pricey Rolex, and unexpected spa treatments Claressa received. Remy, known for her strong composure, wasn't easily fooled. On the night of the confrontation, Claressa entered the scene with confidence, sporting a diamond-studded boxing suit and sipping Casamigos juice, while Remy made her entrance, dressed in black and ready to make her mark. The situation quickly spiraled when Remy barged in, her presence sending the room into an immediate shift. The moment Claressa mentioned husband, it was clear that things were about to escalate. While Remy and Papoose hadn't officially divorced, the tension between the 2 women was palpable. Remy walked straight into the VIP area in Detroit, ready to confront her rival. One witness described the tension in the room as palpable as Remy gave Claressa a cold, calculated look. "Stay happy, champion," Remy said, glaring at Claressa, and it seemed like the room itself could sense the shift in energy. Remy's words were cutting, and with that, the gloves were off. Claressa, in her heels, was already preparing for the next move. "I just wanted to make a statement," Remy said, before making the first move. Instead of a punch, she swung her purse. Belle only had to fight one round after reportedly hitting Claressa's shoulder with a premium clutch that cost $4,000. Claressa lunged at Remy Duck and the mass of people. Since everyone was obviously too busy filming different viewpoints for their Instagram stories, they decided not to intervene. Unstable video because of this generation's inability to stop the chaos. Someone even managed to capture it in cinematic style. "Hair, I once had my nails snapped and wrenched." Remy shrieked, "You can't have him," at me. Claressa shot back, "He's not even answering your texts, girl." According to Remy, things apparently got more heated at that time. Claressa's hand went to a bottle of bubbly, but it was obstructed with a cake pan, and security then intervened as planned. Other than the guards, who were also actually Claressa's relatives, they simply encircled her in a protective circle. Decided to give it another go. Papoose, bless his confused ghost, made an effort to negotiate a settlement. "Can we just talk?" he muttered as he went between them, holding a candle and brandishing a cupcake. However, instead of getting accidentally hit in the ribcage by the legs of a go-go crab, his words were, "Panic party. You cannot be unable to make this up." However, that was just the beginning. What transpired would shape the online fires that sparked a great deal of criticism, and even Detroit's 2 local councils. Participants' requests for a citywide assessment of celebrity behavior. That's profound indeed. We should discuss the repercussions, because as soon as the security team gathered that relative around Claressa, there were power outages. The throng dispersed like insects when the lights came on and the phones were in the air. One voice called out, "Hey, world star. #departure." Claressa spent 23 minutes in the spotlight. It went viral, and the Phantom Server's cinematic clip, "We're Speaking Slowly," was the most popular thing on TikTok and Twitter threads worldwide, and maybe even Club Penguin. Comments from drunken guests and real-time motion hair flips from overhead views. Similar to Ebo's surprising pay-per-view, it seemed. One clip was uploaded by an anonymous user. Now, a partygoer with 2.4 million fans at a fashion display hosted by Nova Rumi. "I was shouting, I checked this man's career, and you believe that he has left me for a novice wearing gloves." As if filming an ad for Toledo's Real Housewives, Claressa restyled her ponytail and sipped from a champagne glass at the same time, and you can hear her laughing. The receipts followed suit after the clips became viral, so hold on. Things will get better. A throwaway account just hours later posted a text thread that was allegedly leaked. Described as the Barbie boxing tier, and it showed what appeared to be Papoose's communications. Quotes from Claressa include, "I need peace, not you're the calm in my storm agony. Recently, I changed the accommodations, but my Netflix password is still being utilized." Admirers were amazed. A TikTok digital crime scene was created on the internet. The alleged voicemail from Remy was leaked after investigators visited people's houses to enhance screenshots that showed nail shapes at close range and timestamps that match. Notifying a friend that she thinks she has him. But only until I believed he returned Wu's pity and prophecy did she have him. Recall that Remy has dealt with before. She has a history of being in public conflict. The fact that Shather used surgical accuracy to pursue Nicki Minaj is not surprising, as you may remember from the infamous song. She walked into a room with the same ferocity. Where someone was allegedly spending time with her husband, who is still her legal spouse. Claressa, though, is built differently. A widely circulated tweet asserted that Remy overlooked the fact that Claressa stood up for her country, not for clout. The woman has golden fists, and speaking of fists, she has platinum patience. An angle notice was released by a visitor. Video showing the side door's protection. After Remy avoided and missed as well, Claressa landed what seemed like a clean aerial uppercut, but by this point, Shade Room was controlling the blogs that were weighing in, and everyone from boxing to Wendy Williams fan groups was totally committed. The headline features Claressa Shields and Remy. Papoose took a heavy blow and was left with the cake. And regret that Toons posted a still photo of Remy indicating a pair of high shoes that belonged to Claressa. With the caption "From the ring to the space, the lounge is being used." On X's tweet, Jake Paul even said, "You had better stop that jab. Claressa has Remy. The scent I'm smelling is, why would someone want to watch a famous boxing match? Encourage this." However, the true tea was revealed just hours after the altercation when Claressa shared a now-deleted Instagram story. She might be seen seated in a row. I told him I don't fight over no man, but I will. When someone is disrespected, answer. Recognize the distinction between bothered and still standing. But there was utter silence in Remy's tent. One cryptic egg narrative featuring a black screen, a white heart, and the words "loyalty over everything" rather than any posts or tweets. But the Remy Hive 1 fan page still went down. YouTube has a 9-minute conspiracy analysis called "Claressa Always Felt Envious," and there were 10 indications that Remy ought to have swung inside sooner. Lil Kim even reposted a picture that featured Remy dressed as a character from Mortal Kombat, with the caption, "Choose your fighter, Bronx Edition." And if you felt that was disorganized, hold off until you hear the truth about what was happening. The venue's backstage area, our insider, a bartender who was fired for allegedly delivering Remy too many shots of Casamigos, claims that the altercation didn't begin in the lounge. In fact, it started in the hallway by the restrooms when Remy whispered to Claressa, "You are smiling a lot for someone about to lose their veneers," and cornered her. Claressa remained composed, the source claims, until Remy snubbed her shoulder on the way out and said, "I give you 6. He will return home in months." Security learned of and attempted to separate them. Yet by the time they arrived, it was already too late. Returning to the main event space, Remy was still roaming around the Bronx with an attitude and her hair tied back like it was in 2005. In addition, the cake had been ruined in the altercation. "We spent 13 hours creating that," a local bakery even wrote on Facebook. $5,000, a buttercream creation with a Remy and Pap theme. It had chocolate boxing gloves and edible gold. It was knocked into a speaker by someone while they fought next to it. It's heartbreaking, but you know Claressa's public relations staff shattered everyone. They began fabricating the story right away, contacting fight producers and making references to a possible roommate in front of Claressa's Shield celebrity charity boxing match sources. Remy's team's response to Claressa's downfall was one word: litigation. Indeed, it's becoming lawful. The venue staff should have known better, according to Remy's team, who may have struck first but was emotionally agitated, instead of asking both women to the same gathering. Things get extremely sketchy from here. Papoose planned the whole event, according to one unnamed source, to increase interest in his next project. Evidently, he had been researching a love triangle plotline involving himself, Claressa, and Remy. The show's title, In the Ring of Love, highlighted the heartlines and punchlines of the show. If accurate, this would imply the entire catastrophe wasn't purely unplanned. The move was calculated. If it's true though, someone neglected to inform Remy since that swing wasn't acting. It was 10 years. A 5-inch stiletto encasing long-term frustration, betrayal, and golden rage. Comment sections turned into battlegrounds, and the public became more split than ever. Claressa, the only true member of the team, was referred to by Team Remy as the one who didn't swing first and kept things nice until it was time to leave Team Cakes. He was portrayed in most memes as bewildered, clutching that lone cupcake and muttering, "I just wanted to drop a mixtape." Furthermore, with this much smoke, it lets you know when there's a fire. After all of this heartache, secondhand humiliation, and viral mayhem, you deserve a round of applause and perhaps a helmet. Recently, we witnessed an Olympic winner and a bronze rap legend transform a lounge into a wrestling arena as a man was carrying a $3 cupcake. And let's be honest, Papoose may be the storm, but he is the mixtape situationship, and a man that always rhymes loyalty with royalty in his songs. This was successful in fumbling 2 queens, destroy a $5,000 cake, and pretend to be the victim nonetheless. Let someone look into that. Man, no really. Check his iCloud, someone, since there must be more. It is now time for us to turn to you, the actual investigators, the shady detectives of Twitter and TikTok, the keyboard warriors. What do you think? Did Remy overreact, or was she justified? Did Claressa play it? Should Papoose be prohibited from hosting events for the remainder of 2025? Is she cool, or is she the true villain wearing boxing gloves? Since none of you are ever as knowledgeable as the FBI, leave your theories in the comments section. Make sure to like, subscribe,